I came to see this job last week. I'll throw some clips up right now.
As long as the client's happy, makes no odds to me at all. I don't know, it's amazing how people charge for it. Yeah, like I say, I'll get it all sorted.
Probably one of the worst set out footings I've ever seen. Everything's wrong, all the heights are wrong, all the levels are wrong, there's no cavity. This is up to finished floor level. No cavity set out below our DPC, so we've got to take it all up, start again. Izzy the Bricky and Drew are on the job. So a little bit of context behind this job. I had a phone call from someone who recommended me to the mansion build project. They also recommended me to this job. The client had a bricklayer turn up, set out all the footings, he paid him, and then the client turned up and just thought, something's not right here. Now, if a layman is looking at a job, thinks something is wrong, then you know there's something wrong. Turned up a few days ago and we just had a look at the job overall. I hate to call people's work, but just by looking at it, I knew it all had to come down. They did want to try and save a few bits and bobs, but sometimes I know from my own experience now taking on other people's work, no point, it's actually more cost effective for me to take it all up and reset it out. That's what we've done. We've spent about an hour ripping everything up, cleaning back to the original footing, and now we're going to set out again. I've already put my line on the face brickwork. This is the only line what's really critically important. I'm ranging in from the existing house all the way to here, and then we're just going to square off this one line. So I'm going to get some compo on, we're going to get the internal blockwork set out. This is the first extension I've done, which is 150mm cavity because of the new regulations. So we're going to set out the cavity, and then we're probably going to have blues up to our finished floor level, but I'm still deciding because our ground level is so high. Just taken the finished floor level and I'm getting everything set. I'm getting all my heights set to what we need to marry into the finished floor level of the existing property. Now I've set this small wrap back corner up here. Top of that is our finished floor level. You can see that our blues here, these are old Imperial blues. Well, they're new Imperial blues to match the existing. So my top off blue doesn't actually match my finished floor level inside, but overall that actually doesn't matter. Ideally, we want these blues to match our existing property. Now, I always go crazy when setting lines up on extensions. So this is our face brickwork line, and the extension has 110mm setback. So I squared off this line and I plumbed down, and then this line here, you see, is 110mm off the face of this brickwork, and it runs parallel over there. From that, I've taken 150mm cavity into account, and I've set this line here. So if we have a look from face brickwork, our new face brickwork, we have 350mm, same over there. With the laser, I took a reading from the top of my internal blockwork and I've transferred that to over here. As you can see, that pencil line there, and where my line currently is, it's the top of that block. So this concrete here is running out massively. Now this block is just a reference point, more of a dead man. We're just going to be pulling off this block. So we need to do a load of splits right now, which are 180mm. So yeah, we need to do a load of splits to get everything back right level, and I imagine we're going to have to do the same over there. From what I heard, the other bricklayer didn't have a laser or a square, so God knows how his footing was.
Sick guy.
It's about 11:30. I've got one leg to finish floor level all set out. Drew's just done the rest of the splits for the external face block work, which is going to be below ground level. Then we've got 2 course of blues to pop on. Then we'll be transferring onto this other leg behind me. So we should be pretty much done today, but there's a lot more work
getting over these footings than I initially first thought, but nothing we can't get over.
So while I'm about to start laying the blues over there, I've just put my next line on. Once again, cast it down the house all the way, and I've also checked it for parallel with the house. Basically, whenever you do an extension, however the building is situated, the building could be pissed, but ideally you need your extension coming off flush with your house. If you sometimes take a square reading from a house using a set square rather than range it in like I'm doing, even though your square could be sand, your extension could come out perfectly square but on the piss, because perhaps this wall here or this wall there is slightly twisted. So that's why whenever I do an extension, here's the original house, I pull lines there and there. Make sure these lines are parallel, and then that is it. That's the best way to make sure that your new extension to an old house, especially one like this, which is 120 years old, is bang on square. I want Drew to start doing all the block work over here, so I thought I'd dob this on. There we go. This footing is almost 100 mil higher this side than that side over there. We have a full course of blocks, what goes down to splits, 225 normal block, going down to a 170 over there. This side we're going to start with a, I don't know, 120 mil split. God knows what it's going to be over there. So lots of cutting to do.
And I've just set my blues 30 mil higher than the finished floor level. Again, just marrying in with the existing brickwork. Because these bricks match the old Imperials, we should be able to follow the house really nicely. So I've just set this level. We're going to pull this one in right now. We have a bifolding door, which is 2 meters 750 mil. So there's barely any internal block work right there, but I'll go over that in a little bit. Touching. Right, I'm bang on 4 meters 300. Let's go over there and check. Sand, down she goes. Yeah, cool. So I'll go report. Bang on, 4 meters 300. Perfect, well done.
Yeah.
it's amazing how people charge for it.
Yeah, a bit of a difference, isn't it? And right, so that's where we're leaving it for today. The comparison from when we turned up to how we've left it is huge. The client is absolutely buzzing, the ground workers are thrilled, F1's very happy. Just another day at the office for me and Drew, just doing quality work, what can we say? So yeah, we sorted out all the squares, all the levels, every single block we laid was a split. It was just, the footing was horrendous. We're talking 20 mil out, then 40 mil out, 50 mil out, 110 mil out, everything was just absolutely bladdered. But nothing we couldn't get over. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be setting out a garden wall, so we'll catch you bright and early tomorrow. Sound.